Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive all about how to prepare for a pastry maker interview.
That's right.
You guys send in some awesome sample questions and career guides for us to analyze, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
hmm
I love the irony of us baking a strategy for you to absolutely nail your interview.
Yeah.
So before we even get to the interview questions,
Yeah.
I did want to mention RoleCatcher.
Right.
It's this incredible AI tool that analyzes job descriptions and helps tailor your answers to specific roles, which is super cool. I think we'll be referencing it quite a bit.
Yeah, I will.
So let's jump into the actual content now. The Pastry Maker. The complete career guide lays out the basics of what a pastry maker does. Creating a variety of treats like cakes and cookies and croissants and pies from recipes.
Yeah, it's all about precision.
It is, but it's also creative.
Absolutely.
So you have to have both.
Right. And speaking of, having both skills and kind of having a vision of what you're getting yourself into, it's important to understand the work environment.
Oh, absolutely.
And Pastry Maker, the complete career guide, really highlights that pastry kitchens are fast-paced.
Yeah.
They're physically demanding. You're on your feet a lot. You're working with hot ovens.
Sharp knives.
Sharp knives.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely gotten a few burns in the kitchen before.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to those sample questions now.
Okay.
Pastry Maker. The complete career interview guide has a whole bunch that we're going to unpack. This first one is a classic. Can you explain your experience in pastry making?
Yeah, so this one seems simple,
It does.
but it's really your chance to make a strong first impression.
Yes.
Instead of just listing the places where you've worked or the schools you've gone to, think of this as you're presenting your pastry portfolio verbally.
I love that. Yeah.
So start chronologically highlighting your key skills and achievements at each stop in your journey.
And the career guide also really emphasizes quantifying your experience.
Yes.
Instead of saying, oh, I developed new recipes,
Right.
you should be saying, I developed 10 new gluten-free recipes that became customer favorites and boosted sales by 15%.
Exactly. You want to, use numbers and demonstrate impact.
Absolutely. And be ready for follow-up questions, too.
Oh, for sure.
They might ask, okay, what were some challenges you faced while developing those gluten-free recipes?
Yeah.
And this is where understanding the why behind your actions can really shine.
Right.
Did you have to experiment with different flours to achieve the right texture?
Yeah. Did you adapt a classic recipe to meet
Right.
new dietary restrictions?
Yes.
This is where you can show off a little bit.
Absolutely. And this is also where the STAR method comes in handy.
Yes.
It's a way to structure your answer. So you have the situation, the task, the action, and the result.
The result.
So the situation was needing to create those gluten-free recipes.
Right.
The task was achieving the right taste and texture.
Right.
The action was researching and experimenting with different ingredients and techniques.
Exactly.
And the result was delicious gluten-free pastries that customers loved.
Absolutely.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze job descriptions
Oh, yeah.
and identify the skills they're looking for. And you can tailor your STAR stories to highlight those exact skills.
Exactly.
It's like having a personalized recipe for success.
I like that.
All right. The next question from the interview guide is, what are your favorite pastry making techniques? This is your chance to show your passion.
Yeah, and it's not just listing techniques. It's really about conveying your enthusiasm and expertise.
Absolutely.
For example, if you say you love lamination,
Okay.
you should explain briefly what that is.
Right.
Creating those thin, delicate layers in
Okay.
croissants and pastries.
Exactly.
I mentioned the challenges involved and
Yeah.
why you find it rewarding.
It's like the art of pastry.
Exactly.
And I think it's important to connect your chosen techniques to the specific job requirements.
Absolutely.
If the job emphasizes cake decorating,
Right.
you'll want to mention your love for intricate piping techniques or creating lifelike sugar flour.
Exactly. Do your research
Yeah.
and figure out what they're looking for.
Yeah. And be prepared for those follow-up questions, too.
Yes.
Can you describe a time when lamination went wrong and how you fixed it?
Oh, yeah.
This is where you get to show off your problem-solving skills, your adaptability, and your commitment to quality.
Absolutely.
And again,
Yeah.
STAR methods
Because you're a friend.
is your friend here.
Yes.
And practicing with RoleCatcher's interview practice can help you nail your delivery and get that personalized AI feedback.
Yes.
It's like having a virtual pastry chef mentor
I love that.
guiding you.
Ooh. All right. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a pastry making problem?
Oh, I bet everyone has a story about, like, a kitchen disaster.
Oh, for sure.
Like the time I accidentally used salt instead of sugar
Oh, no.
in the cookie dough.
It happened.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, but the key is to pick a story that highlights your skills and how you learn from that experience.
Yes.
Right? So talk about how you quickly identified the issue, did a little taste test,
Always.
and then explain the steps you took to salvage the situation.
Exactly.
Did you have to whip up a new batch? Were you able to adjust the recipe to compensate for the extra salt?
Yeah.
Focus on that thought process and how you remain calm under pressure.
And don't forget the positive outcome.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe those salty cookies unexpectedly became a customer favorite.
Right. Sometimes mistakes lead to delicious discoveries.
I love that. Speaking of discoveries, Pastry Maker. The Complete Career Guide actually talks about how successful pastry chefs are always learning and refining their skills.
They have to.
They do. It's all about continuous improvement.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears to a question that really tests your ability to handle pressure. We're experiencing a sudden surge in orders for a popular pastry item. How would you manage the increased workload and ensure timely delivery?
Yeah, this is where your organizational skills come in and your teamwork skills. Explain how you would prioritize tasks, delegate responsibilities, and streamline production without sacrificing quality.
Maybe you would prep ingredients in advance or adjust baking schedules or even cross-train team members to handle different tasks.
Yeah, and communication is key here.
Absolutely.
Highlight how you would keep everyone informed and anticipate any potential bottlenecks.
Right.
And ensure a smooth workflow.
And thinking back to the career guide, it also emphasizes the importance of efficiency in a professional kitchen.
Yeah.
So it's not just about speed,
Right.
but it's also about working smart.
Working smart.
Okay, so let's get creative now
Okay.
with this next question. How would you incorporate a new flavor trend, like oob or matcha, into our existing pastry offerings?
Ooh.
I love this one. Ubi is having a major moment.
It is.
That vibrant purple yam from the Philippines.
Beautiful color.
It is. And matcha, the finely ground green tea powder. That's another popular ingredient, known for its earthy flavor and beautiful color.
Right.
So this question really assesses your understanding of flavor profiles and market trends and your ability to innovate while staying true to the bakery's brand.
Yes.
So maybe you would create a ube cheesecake with a hint of coconut or a matcha croissant with a white chocolate drizzle.
Ooh.
Be sure to explain your reasoning behind those specific combinations
Right.
and how they would appeal to the bakery's target audience.
And be ready for follow-up questions, too.
Of course.
Like, how would you test the market for these new flavors?
Yeah.
This is where you can, showcase your knowledge of customer surveys,
Yeah.
limited time offerings, or social media engagement to gauge interest.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And it shows that you have a data-driven approach
Yes.
to innovation.
Okay, let's move on to another question. What are your strengths and weaknesses as a pastry maker?
Oh, this one can feel tricky. But it's an opportunity to be self-aware and honest while demonstrating your potential for growth.
Exactly. So when you're discussing your weaknesses, you want to frame them in a positive light.
Absolutely.
For example, you could say, I'm so passionate about exploring new techniques that sometimes I take on too many projects at once.
Yeah.
But I'm learning to prioritize and manage my time more effectively.
It's all about continuous improvement.
Exactly.
So maybe you're taking a time management course or you're practicing delegation skills.
Right.
And when discussing your strengths, tie them back to the job requirements and the values of the bakery.
Absolutely.
Are you a team player?
Right.
Are you passionate about quality?
Mhm.
Are you a quick learner who thrives in a fast-paced environment?
Exactly. This is your chance to highlight your unique skills and personality.
I love that. Now let's take a break from the interview questions and actually explore another key aspect outlined in the Pastry Maker, the Complete Career Guide,
Okay.
which is career stages.
Yes.
So the guide outlines 4 distinct stages: entry level, junior,
Experienced and senior.
senior. And I think understanding these stages can really help set realistic goals and identify those areas for professional development.
Absolutely.
So for instance, if you're at the entry level,
Right.
you might focus on mastering basic techniques and building your speed and efficiency.
Yes.
Then as you progress to junior and experienced levels,
Yeah.
you might take on more complex tasks and even lead small teams and contribute to menu development.
Right.
And at the senior level, you might oversee entire pastry departments, manage budgets, and even mentor junior pastry chefs.
Exactly. It's a journey of continuous learning and growth.
Absolutely. And the guide also emphasizes the importance of networking
Yes.
and showcasing your skills. Have you considered building a portfolio of your best creations or participating in baking competitions?
Those are great ways to gain recognition and build your confidence and connect with other professionals.
Yeah, it's so important to connect with local pastry chefs, attend industry events, or even reach out to pastry schools for potential mentorship opportunities.
Absolutely.
And it's all about building relationships
Yes.
and expanding your network.
Your network.
Now, this reminds me of how RoleCatcher can actually help you tailor your answers for specific job roles.
Oh, yeah.
Its AI can analyze job descriptions and provide that personalized feedback on your responses.
It's like having a virtual coach.
Yeah.
Helping you fine-tune your interview strategy.
So before we wrap up part one,
Okay.
let's recap.
All right.
We've tackled some interview questions.
Yes.
Specific to the pastry industry, we've delved into some career progression insights. And we've even tapped into the power of RoleCatcher's AI to help tailor your approach.
You're well on your way.
You are?
To baking up some interview magic.
I love it. All right, so stay tuned for part two. We're going to be diving into even more challenging scenarios and expert tips to help you stand out from the competition.
Can't wait. All right, welcome back to our deep dive into acing that pastry maker interview. Let's keep those ovens preheated and dive into some more challenging scenarios.
I like it. Okay, so imagine this. The interviewer asks, tell me about a time a baking project went wrong. What happened and how did you handle it? Time for a little kitchen confession.
Yeah.
Everyone's had those moments, right?
Oh, absolutely. Mistakes happen, especially in a fast-paced environment. What matters is, showcasing your ability to learn and adapt.
Right.
So choose a story that highlights your problem-solving skills and resilience.
Like that time you accidentally put salt instead of sugar in the cookie dough.
Oh, no.
It happened.
Happens to the best of us.
It does. Talk about how you quickly identify the issue, maybe you did a taste test, which is always a good idea.
Right.
And then explain the steps you took to salvage the situation.
Did you whip up a new batch?
Right.
Or were you able to adjust the recipe to compensate for the extra salt?
Yeah.
Focus on your thought process and how you remained calm under pressure.
And don't forget the positive outcome.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe those salty cookies unexpectedly became a customer favorite.
Right.
Sometimes mistakes lead to delicious discoveries.
I love that. And speaking of discoveries, Pastry Maker, the complete career guide, talks about how successful pastry chefs are always learning and refining their skills.
Right.
Even seasoned professionals encounter challenges and, find innovative solutions.
That's so true. Now let's switch gears a little bit to a question that tests your ability to handle pressure. We're experiencing a sudden surge in orders for a popular pastry item. How would you manage the increased workload and ensure timely delivery?
Yeah, this is where your organizational skills shine and your teamwork skills.
Yeah.
So explain how you would prioritize tasks, delegate responsibilities, and streamline production without sacrificing quality.
So maybe you'd prep ingredients in advance, adjust baking schedules, or even cross-train team members to handle different tasks.
Exactly, and communication is key. Highlight how you would keep everyone informed, anticipate any potential bottlenecks,
Right.
and ensure a smooth workflow.
And thinking back to the career guide, it also emphasizes the importance of efficiency in a professional kitchen.
Yes.
It's not just about speed.
Right.
It's about working smart.
Working smart. Okay, let's get a little creative with this next one.
Okay.
How would you incorporate a new flavor trend like oob or matcha into our existing pastry offerings?
Oh, I love this one.
Me too.
Oob, a vibrant purple yam from the Philippines. It's having a major moment right now.
It is.
In the pastry world, and matcha, the finely ground green tea powder, it's known for its earthy flavor and beautiful color.
Yeah, they're both very trendy.
They are. So this question assesses your understanding of flavor profiles, market trends, and your ability to innovate while staying true to the bakery's brand.
Exactly.
So maybe you would create an oob cheesecake with a hint of coconut,
Ooh, delicious.
or a matcha croissant with a white chocolate drizzle.
That sounds amazing.
Be sure to explain, your reasoning behind those combinations and how they appeal to the bakery's target audience.
Right, and be prepared for follow-up questions, too. Like,
Okay.
how would you test the market for these new flavors?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's where you can showcase your knowledge of customer surveys, limited time offerings, or social media engagement to gauge interest.
So smart. Okay, so let's tackle a question that often trips people up.
Yeah.
It's what are your strengths and weaknesses as a pastry maker?
Yeah, that one can be tricky.
It can feel a little tricky,
Yeah.
but it's really an opportunity to be self-aware and honest while demonstrating your potential for growth.
Right. So when you're discussing your weaknesses, you want to frame them in a positive light.
Exactly.
You could say something like, I'm incredibly passionate about exploring new techniques, which sometimes leads me to, take on too many projects at once.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that.
But I'm learning to prioritize and manage my time more effectively.
It's all about continuous improvement. Exactly. Maybe you're taking a time management course or you're practicing delegating skills.
And when discussing your strengths, you want to tie them back to the job requirements and the values of the bakery.
Absolutely.
Are you a team player? Are you passionate about quality? Are you a quick learner who thrives in a fast-paced environment?
This is your chance to really highlight your unique skills and personality.
Okay. Now, I want to take a break from the interview questions and actually explore another key aspect outlined in the Pastry Maker, the complete career guide, which is career stages.
Yes.
The guide outlines 4 distinct stages: entry-level, junior experienced, and senior. And I think understanding these stages can really help set realistic goals and identify areas for professional development.
Absolutely.
So, for instance, if you're at the entry level,
Right.
you might focus on mastering basic techniques and building your speed and efficiency.
Yeah, and as you progress to junior and experienced levels, we might take on more complex tasks, lead small teams, and even contribute to menu development.
And at the senior level,
Right.
you might oversee entire pastry departments, manage budgets, and even mentor junior pastry chefs.
It's a journey of continuous learning and growth.
I love that. The guide also emphasizes the importance of networking and showcasing your skills.
Yes.
Have you considered building a portfolio of your best creations or participating in baking competitions?
Those are fantastic ways to gain recognition, build your confidence, and connect with other professionals in the field.
And don't underestimate the power of connecting with local pastry chefs.
Right.
Attending industry events, or even reaching out to pastry schools for potential mentorship opportunities.
Absolutely.
It's all about building relationships and expanding your network.
It is.
Now, this reminds me of how RoleCatcher can help you tailor your answers for specific job roles.
Oh, yeah.
Its AI can analyze job descriptions and provide that personalized feedback on your responses.
It's like having a virtual coach helping you fine-tune your interview strategy.
Exactly. So before we wrap up part 2, let's recap. We tackled some challenging interview scenarios, explored career stages, and emphasized the importance of continuous learning and networking. And we've also highlighted how RoleCatcher's AI can provide valuable insights and personalized feedback.
It can give you that competitive edge in the interview process.
Absolutely. Are you ready for that final sprinkle of wisdom?
I am.
We're back for the final part of our Pastry Maker interview. Deep dive.
Yeah.
You're almost there. You've got the skills, you've got the knowledge, and now it's time to add that final layer of polish.
I like that, think of it as like adding the glaze to a perfectly baked pastry.
I love that.
It's all about presentation and that little extra bit of finesse.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about a question that often pops up at the end of interviews. Do you have any questions for us?
Oh, yeah, this is your chance to gather valuable insights and show them you're genuinely interested in the role in the bakery.
Exactly. And it's a great opportunity to showcase, the research you've done.
Do you browse their website?
Right.
Or social media?
Their menu.
Mention something specific that caught your eye, like a unique pastry they offer or a recent award they received.
Yes, show them that you've done your homework.
And don't be afraid to ask about their company culture, professional development opportunities, or even their approach to sourcing ingredients.
It shows that you're thinking beyond just the day-to-day tasks.
You're thinking long-term.
Exactly.
Now, I think it's always good to prepare a few questions in advance.
Oh, for sure.
But also be ready to ask some follow-up questions based on the conversation.
Absolutely.
It shows that you're, actively listening.
Right.
And you're genuinely curious.
Yes.
So before we officially wrap up, let's talk about first impressions.
Oh, yes.
Remember, you're not just showcasing your baking skills. You're also presenting yourself as a potential colleague.
A team member.
So dress professionally, arrive on time, and be enthusiastic and engaging. And a genuine smile and a firm handshake can go a long way.
Absolutely. And don't forget to send that thank you note.
Yes.
After the interview.
Very important.
It's a simple gesture, but it really reinforces your interest and leaves a positive, lasting impression.
Right.
So what have we learned today?
A lot. We've explored a range of interview questions specific to the pastry industry.
Yes.
We delved into some career progression insights.
Uh-huh.
And we even tapped into the power of RoleCatcher's AI to tailor your approach.
You're now armed with the knowledge and strategies to walk into that interview.
Yes, you are.
Feeling confident and prepared.
The pastry world needs your talent.
Yes.
And your passion.
Absolutely. And if you've taken one thing away from this deep dive, let it be this.
Yeah.
Embrace what makes you unique as a pastry chef.
Yes.
What's your signature style? What's your story? Let that shine through in your interview.
Absolutely.
We're so excited for you to embark on this delicious journey. Go out there and bake them away with your skills and your passion.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
And may your future be filled with sweet success.
I love that. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in to our Pastry Maker interview prep deep dive.
Yes. Thank you.
We hope you found this helpful.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, we will.